This is Tar Heel Talk, an in-depth look at the issues and people making news in North Carolina. Here's your host, Sonia Williams.
Note in the Pocket is a nonprofit organization that provides clothing and shoes to homeless and low-income children in the Wake County area. And there's an upcoming race to benefit the organization. The Socks and Undie 5K Rundy will take place on Saturday, April 22nd at the Dorothea Dix Park in Raleigh. The event starts at 8:30 a.m. and to register or find out more information, log on to noteinthepocket.org. Joining me now to tell us more about this event is the organization is Melinda Walker, co-chair of the Socks and Undie 5K Rundy, and Wes Brown. Wes is a teen board mentor with Note in the Pocket. Welcome to Tar Heel Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Melinda, you have been involved in this event and the race for the past 3 years. Give us a little bit of history on the Socks and Undie 5K Rundy and how it's evolved.
Well, I came in on the second year, and we have held the race at Dorothea Dix Park downtown. And when we first started, it was part of the state property, and now we're going to be at City Park, which will be really exciting that we've been there each year. And we've grown from having a little over 100 people at our first race, and now let me just throw it out there. We're hoping we could get 500 runners this year, which would be exciting. Fantastic, and we're really doing a good job. The word is out after our fourth year.
Looks like they have a lot of fun at these events.
We have a great time. We have a kids fun run that starts at 8:30, and we encourage the children to dress up in costume. We have a costume contest for the children, and so the kids from 2 to 12 can run, and it's just a half kilometer. So it's a small enough run that 2-year-olds to 12-year-olds can do it easily, and we give prizes to the first place runners and finisher medals to all the kids. So that's a lot of fun. That's what that picture was from with Chef G and the dancers.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Now, the purpose of this event is to help raise money and awareness for Note in the Pocket.
Yes.
Let's tell us a little bit about the organization and how it works.
Yeah, so I first started volunteering at Note in the Pocket 3 years ago. I am a teacher, so I take my students there once a month, and we volunteer. We sort clothing, we prepare packages that are going to be given to kids, and that's my connection with Note in the Pocket. And since working with Dallas, who's the director of Note in the Pocket, I've started to kind of branch out and work with their teen board to help mentor those kids that are interested in learning about nonprofits and about the work of Note in the Pocket.
And Note in the Pocket started from an idea and a goal and a situation with one teacher and has grown into this organization that's helping hundreds of children in the area each month. Tell us a little bit about the story of Note in the Pocket and how it all started.
It's amazing. We see all these problems in the world, and sometimes you just feel helpless, but this one family decided this was something that they could do. So this young woman started her career in teaching in a low-income school and called her mother and said, how can I teach these children when they don't have clothes, they don't have food? And so her mother said, we can't fix every problem, but we can help this one. And so they collected coats for all of the children in her kindergarten class and distributed them to the children in the class, and half of them came back because the parents couldn't believe that somebody would do this for their child. And so that's where the Note in the Pocket comes in. So they created these little notes that have a heart on them that say, this is a gift for you and you are loved, and put them in the jacket pocket and sent them back home. So all of our deliveries come with the Note in the Pocket at the top of the bag of clothes that we deliver.
Nice.
And so it just grew from there.
And so what started out with coats, donating coats, has now turned into donating, 2 weeks worth of clothing?
It's really like
children?
a small, like a seasonal wardrobe. So it's new socks, new underwear, like new shoes and clothing. Sometimes we're lucky enough to have new clothes to be able to distribute in the right sizes, color preferences, and then we deliver them to the not to the child, to the requesting agency. And so sometimes you don't have transportation. So we take that out of the equation. And the clothes are all distributed discreetly, which just falls into our mission, which is to clothe children with dignity and love.
Right. I was going to say that is the mission, is to provide those clothing with dignity and love. And Wes, as an educator, you know firsthand how important it is for students to maintain that self-esteem when they're.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I really value. And when I go to Note in the Pocket, when we are sorting clothes that families have donated, there's a stringent, policy of what we are going to give to these children that are receiving the 2 weeks worth of clothes. They look at if there are tears or there's torn clothing, if they're dirty, and if those items are not meeting our standard, we either donate them elsewhere or we have yard sales and we make money that way. And that's one thing that I think is really important, because they are really living by the mission of clothing kids with dignity and love. Anyone can donate any clothes anywhere, but we really try to make sure that what we're giving these kids, whether they're in kindergarten or in 12th grade, are clothes that we would want to wear or we would want to see our kids wear.
And that's so important. When you talk about the 5K and your goals for this year, what can participants expect?
Well, we try and make it a festive occasion. So this isn't just our 5K, this is a celebration of everything we've done over the year.
Okay.
So we invite our social workers to come and participate. We invite the community to come and participate. We have a DJ. We have generous donations from the community for post-race food. We have face painters. We have Note in the Pocket tattoos. We have the kids' fun run, dancing. It's just a lot of fun. We're out at the beautiful Dorothea Dix Park, and it's a lovely 5K. It is hilly, but you can run or walk it or stroll it or take your dog. This year we've got a dog trot where the dog can actually get a bib, and we have kids t-shirts that you can, for the dog, that you can fit on your dog. They're not dog t-shirts, but you can put them on your dog. So we've got all different things. We just want you to come and participate. And if you can't run or walk, then come and participate as a volunteer. We have many volunteer spots open, and we'd love to have you come and be a part of the day. It's just a wonderful time.
And I know that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And that's one thing that really resonated with me last year when I volunteered, seeing the number of people that are affiliated with Note in the Pocket that wanted to be there to support the mission and had their kids join. And that's one thing that really I think is so important about the organization, is that it has grown exponentially to really be a part of the community, and the community keeps getting bigger and bigger because families and participants are really rallying around that mission of clothing kids with dignity and love. And these are kids that are in our schools and kids that are in our neighborhoods that want to go to school with a nice pair of clothing and shoes.
Right, that's so important for kids. People can find out more information about the 5K and Note in the Pocket by going to the website noteinthepocket.org, or they can call 919-714-9403. We're going to take a break and we'll talk more in just a minute. Up next, how local teams are helping students in need. We'll explain when Tar Heel Talk continues. The Socks and Undie 5K Rundy will take place on Saturday, April 22nd at the Dorothea Dix Park in Raleigh. The event starts at 8:30 a.m. and to register or find out more information, log on to noteinthepocket.org. Proceeds from the race will benefit Note in the Pocket, an organization that provides clothing for hundreds of students each month. With us again is Wes Brown, Teen Board Mentor with Note in the Pocket, and Melinda Walker, co-chair of the Socks and Undie 5K Rundy. Now, before the break, we were talking a little bit about this year's event and how you're hoping that it continues to grow every year. But a part of that is to bring the teen board in and to have them be a support system and help with the organization and facilitating this race on April 22nd. Before we talk about their role in the 5K, let's first talk a little bit about the Teen Board and what exactly they do?
Sure. So the Teen Board is a group of high school students and a few 8th graders from Wake County schools and other independent schools in the area who went through an application process to express their interest in volunteering at Note in the Pocket because they believed in the mission of the organization. And through that application process, they were shared a little bit about what nonprofits do and how they will be working to increase awareness of the organization through fundraisers and peer-to-peer fundraising. And so as a mentor, we meet once a month where we provide them with different avenues to reach their goals of fundraising. One of the really important things I think about the mentorship program is that they are meeting like-minded individuals who really believe in the Note in the Pocket's mission and the mission of nonprofits in general. And so Melinda and I are both mentors, and we have several other mentors that are part of the Note in the Pocket organization or educators or part of the actual Note in the Pocket board who similarly want to share the work of Note in the Pocket with these kids.
And the Teen Board has an active role in the 5K. Tell us a little bit about what they're going to be doing and how they're helping to serve by supporting this event.
So our Teen Board is creating Rundy teams, and one of the beauties of Wake County being so large and all of these students coming in from different areas is that they all know different people. So they can reach out to different groups of people and invite different groups that might not have heard about Note in the Pocket or our 5K. So they're bringing in new people to the race. And they are also learning about fundraising, which is a very important part of being part of a nonprofit. And so we've given them a goal, and most of them are working their way to it. So I'm so proud at their efforts and just amazed at what I don't think I was doing this as a teen. What these teenagers are doing nowadays is just very impressive, and they're just working very hard.
And I think about how, part of the strategic plan is, building capacity. And so these high school kids and these 8th graders, they are learning about Note in the Pocket. And so our goal is that they continue that relationship with Note in the Pocket. So as they go to colleges, they can have their fraternities or sororities come and volunteer and go through the clothing, or they can have their other groups that they're affiliated with their church or their synagogues or other places to come in with their friends and donate clothes, but also help create the orders that we're going to provide to kids in Wake County.
I know service and giving back and helping those in need is all at the heart of what Note in the Pocket is all about. That being said, you're working with teenagers from all across Wake County. How have you seen their work with Note in the Pocket impact them as individuals and as future leaders in our area?
One of the things I've been really impressed is the seriousness of purpose that these kids have. We have, on the Teen Board, we have a group of 5 or so leaders that were, voted on by the Teen Board to be president, vice president, things like that. And these kids take it very seriously because they are leading a group of their peers. And so they lead each meeting that we have. And of course, we provide feedback for them as they're preparing their agendas and the activities that we do that day. But I'm just remarkably amazed at how they have really wanted to increase their relationship with Note in the Pocket. They volunteer on their own now, and they, for the 5K Rundy, they have increased, several kids have done a really great job with their donation efforts and having their friends and their family donate or actually sign up to do the race with us, which, that speaks to them and their influences in their communities.
I'm sure it's very empowering for them as well to be able to go out in the community, talk about Note in the Pocket, and raise funds for such an important organization.
Yes, and I feel like the skills that they're learning by doing this with Note in the Pocket, they'll be able to take with them when they go to college, when they out of college, learning how to ask somebody, learning how to educate somebody about something you're passionate is a great skill to learn at 20, let alone at 15 years old.
Right,
and they're able to take this and build upon it. And their success, I've been very impressed with their success and their earnestness and their ability to take what we tell them and use it and see success with that.
What do you like most about being a teen mentor? Because I imagine you're working with students from different parts of the county. What's been the most satisfying, gratifying part of that experience for you?
Sure. So one of the things is seeing two of my own students serve on the team board. I mean, that for me really speaks to that what we teach them at my school kind of resonates with them as well. So that's part of it. The second part is, getting to know these kids and know their interests. And that's really important because as we continue to grow Note in the Pocket as an organization, we're hoping that these kids come back, as volunteers and as donors for clothing that we can eventually give to other kids in Wake County. So that's one thing that I think is really gratifying to see.
Okay. What about you, Melinda?
I love seeing them come together as a group, and one of the meetings we had them all volunteer as a group versus coming in individually when they could make it, and just to see how they all came together, and they were like a fine-oiled machine when they really hadn't done it all at the same time before. They had just done it. They had just come in to volunteer at different times, and just to see them all working together, we're coming to the end of their session, and to see how they've melded into a cohesive group, I think it just warms your heart to see their. They meet once a month, and they came in as total strangers.
Yep.
Wow.
And now they're able to work together in that capacity.
Now, the teen board, do they have a 1 or 2 year term, or is that something, how does that work? Because I'm sure what you're saying is probably inspiring other teens to get involved. So what are the opportunities for being a part of the teen board?
Sure, yeah. So the application process for next year's team board is on the Note in the Pocket website. And so it is a 1-year term. And so students in grades 9 through 12, if they're interested, they can go to noteinthepocket.org to fill out an application. And so they would need recommendations from a teacher or counselor to kind of share a little bit about their interests. And so that would be a 1-year term. And in that term, we provide them information about nonprofits, about Note in the Pocket. We have several guest speakers that come in that talk about how to create a successful campaign when you're doing fundraising. And that was one thing that I wish that I had exposure for as a high schooler.
Sure.
We, the leaders of Note in the Pocket had, people from their board come in and show them, these people that are in marketing and their professions come in and talk about what they do and their real jobs, and how these kids can use these tools as they start fundraising for the teen board.
Great networking opportunities and leadership opportunities as well. We're going to take another break, and we'll talk more in just a minute. We'll be back with more on Note in the Pocket after these messages. Welcome back to Tar Heel Talk. I'm Sonia Williams. We're talking today about an upcoming event benefiting Note in the Pocket, a local organization that collects clothing for children whose families struggle with basic necessities. The organization provides clothing for hundreds of students each month. Now you can help students in need by participating in the Socks and Undie 5K Rundy on Saturday, April 22nd. The event starts at 8:30 a.m. at the Dorothea Dix Park in Raleigh. And for more information, call 919-714-9403 or log on to noteinthepocket.org. And with us again to tell us more is Melinda Walker, co-chair of the Socks and Undie 5K Rundy, and Wes Brown, teen board mentor with Note in the Pocket. I just love that name, Socks and Undie 5K Rundy.
Isn't it fun?
And I'm sure it's all by design. So tell us a little bit about the meaning behind the name.
Oh, yes. So we only give new socks and underwear in our donation bags that are our seasonal wardrobes. Only new socks and new underwear. So I wasn't there at the creation of the name, but I assume it ties into the Socks and Undies.
Sure.
Now, there is a bit of a myth going around to some people that we want you to run in socks and underwear. And yes, it is good to wear socks and underwear, but under your clothes. So we do encourage you to dress up and have fun. We had one year a child had a cape with socks all pendant underneath it, and then we had kids that wear underwear on their heads or underwear out, funny boxers and things like that, and funny socks. And we do have race T-shirts with our logo on it, and the Socks and Undies 5K Rundy. But yes, it is on the inside.
Right. So wear socks and underwear over your clothing.
Yes, you can
or
wear them
under your clothing.
Under or over clothing.
But just not only those.
Not only, yes.
Now, this is an event for the entire family and even for the family pet. So this is something that you're encouraging everyone to just come out and get involved in.
Yes, everyone. We welcome kids, grandmas, families, dogs. We have a dog trot registration, so your dog can get an official bib and a T-shirt, a human T-shirt that you can put on your dog. We welcome walkers and runners, and don't let the Rundy scare you off. If you want to run, it's a beautiful 5K trail, which is 3.1 miles around Dorothea Dix, and it's just usually a wonderful spring day. And please come out and join us.
And even if you're not a runner or a walker, we still need volunteers. So, it couldn't run as smoothly as it does without volunteers like Melinda and the Note in the Pocket team. But if there is anyone out there that's interested in volunteering at the welcome desk or at the water stations, if they go to the Note in the Pocket website, they can find the Note in the Pocket 5K and volunteer to sign up there as well.
Okay. And I can, having worked on several 5K events, I know that race day, it's all hands on deck, and you need a lot of people available to help. What are some of the other volunteer opportunities that might be available on race day?
One of our most important volunteer jobs are course monitors. So these are people that are stationed around our course, and they have instructions of who to call if they see somebody trip and fall. But most importantly, they keep people on track, they cheer people on, and they make sure that the race runs smoothly. So we have a lot of openings for that. We also are looking for a race photographer. If somebody wants to donate race photography and come out and enjoy the day with us, that would be fabulous. We've had the same race photographer for 2 years, but she's retired. So we're looking for a new race photographer, and I'll just throw that out there. And we also have race day food. So once you are finished with the race, we have food and drink for the runners and walkers and volunteers. So we need people to help serve that. We need people to help with the kids' fun run. We need people to do the water table.
Lots of volunteer opportunities.
I could go on and on,
People can
but I'm
go-
sure we have a limited amount of time.
Right. So people can go to the website noteinthepocket.org and certainly find out more information about volunteer opportunities and get connected that way. We have about a minute left in the program, and I just want to give you the last word to encourage people to participate and support this organization.
So you want me to? Okay. So for every 5 people that register for the race, their registrations pay for 1 seasonal wardrobe of clothing. So get 4 of your friends to come out, and all of you have provided a season's worth of clothing for a child in need in Wake County.
And registration is
On our website.
How much is the registration?
Registration is $35.
Okay, so team of 4, $35, and you're helping a child.
Yes, you're helping a child in need in our community.
Let's.
Yeah, so I would just tell anyone that's interested in coming that, there's opportunities to help people in our community, whether it's volunteering or actually running or walking in the 5K. And so we'd love to see you out there.
Absolutely, definitely a worthy cause. Wes Brown, Melinda Walker, thank you both so much for the work you're doing, and thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's it for this week's Tar Heel Talk. To comment on this or other episodes of the show, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, or send an email to tarheeltalk@fox50.com. I'm Sonia Williams. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.